Hi everyone, it's Daniel here, and this is a bonus video. This is a video where I speak from my heart on some of the things that I've come to know, or at least hold true for me. And if these things resonate with you, then hopefully you just needed someone else to say it so that you could accept your own truth for yourself. So when it comes to numbers lining up, this is one that people often ask me. They'll write me a Facebook message or an email and say, I've been seeing these numbers lining up. What does it mean? Well, it means something different for everyone, in my view. If you Google, what does this number mean? I'm sure you'll find some very nice people's websites where they talk about, oh, these numbers mean this, like the angels or the archangels are with you. Well, my perspective on that is that the archangels and angels are always with us. So maybe those numbers can mean for you, it's time for you to acknowledge that the angels or the archangels are with you in that moment of your need. Because the ascended masters, the archangels, our guides, they're always with us. And they're always looking out for us. So I'll tell you a personal story about numbers for me and how helpful these three numbers were for me at a time in my life when I really, really needed to see these numbers. Okay, so back in 2010, I had a conversation with my first wife about our marriage and how I felt like it wasn't working and we weren't compatible anymore. But I was very torn as to whether to move forward with a divorce because she was a lovely woman. We definitely got along in a lot of different ways, and I knew that this was devastating to her and that it came out of the blue because I wasn't very good at communicating back then like I am now. Like my current wife would never let me get away with not telling her what was on my mind. She's way too intuitive. So anyway, I was driving home from a spa I used to go to. I used to have a membership to this spa, and I'd go there and relax and then come home. And I really wanted to see the numbers 555. I was essentially asking the universe to show me 555. So I'm driving home. Of course, this is LA County, and there's, of course, numbers everywhere. Numbers on billboards, on license plates, on the sides of vehicles that are advertising their services. And so I saw almost every other digit in the 10 digits that we have lined up three times. So 111, 222, 333, 444. I was seeing all of them. I wasn't seeing 555. So I get home, and I'm not really sure how many days passed from then to my now ex-wife and I filing for divorce. But she, as soon as we decided we were going to do it, she took the lead. She started printing everything out and filling things out, and we had to go to the court to file. And she drove the two of us to the wrong courthouse, way, way far away from where we lived in Long Beach. And so we had to drive all the way back to Long Beach, and we're driving down this road that, I've driven on, I don't even know how many hundreds of times, lived there for quite a few years at that point. And we're driving up to a place that I probably had never been. I don't think I'd ever been there before. It was the Long Beach courthouse. And what is the number of the courthouse but 555? So that number to me will always have that significance no matter what anyone on the internet says about it. And that's the way that I think it's important to develop our own relationships with these sequences of numbers, whether they're the digits in a row like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever your digits are that you like to see. My suggestion is that once you start seeing a group of numbers, that you then say, okay, this is obvious. Pay attention, first of all, to what just happened. Pay attention to what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what has been going on in that moment right before it. There's other fun synchronicities that I've had too that are similar to this. And that is when I'll be listening to something and at the same moment I'll see a word, and that word is exactly what I'm hearing. So my eyes go to a word. I had this happen once with the word power. So another time it was alignment. It's words like that where I'm hearing it and my eyes go to it on a sign or something at the exact same moment. I've even had all three happen at once. Seeing, hearing, and thinking or speaking it at the same time. So those are some of those crazy alignment situations that we can have that are obviously not by accident. We plan every iota of what we experience down to the finest detail. So once you decide, okay, this is what 1111, or when I see 1111 on the clock, this is what it means for me. Once you make that decision, then any time you see it, that's your creation. So that means it does mean that in that moment because you decided it means that, and then you co-created with the universe that experience that shows you those numbers, that gives you that feedback that maybe you really need in that moment. Just like I needed to see those 555 numbers lined up there right at the place where I would be filing for divorce. So that's my take on it. I always choose, I like to choose things that, the reason this resonates with me is because it's far more empowering to think in terms of creating a reality than to think in terms of, well, this is what I'm being told and I have to look it up on this website. When I see this animal, for example, I have a client who just loves hawks, loves them. And so when he sees hawks, there's a special meaning for him versus, if he just saw a hawk and then Googled, what does that mean? So that's what I think is important about these signs and these little nods and winks we get from the universe, is that they're very personal. And I hope that resonates with you. So that's the end of my video. I don't really know how to end it. Thanks for watching, everyone. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Hi, everyone. This is Daniel Scranton. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video, and give a visit to danielscranton.com when you get a chance.